Hey y'all, hey YouTube. I always start these. I don't know why, but every time I make a video, I'm always laughing from the beginning. I don't know why. And I also like laugh on like the left side of my face only. I think it has something to do with my Bell's palsy. Or I had Bell's palsy back in like the beginning of 11th grade. So yeah, whenever I see myself, yo, I got okay. So So I'm making this video, um, and also, happy birthday to you, grandfather. I swear, I'm like a completely new person when I make videos. Happy birthday to you, granddad. Because this is November 1st. I just got off a phone call talking to him. Uh, happy birthday. I think this is his 76th. Um, I believe so. It's the latter 70s. I know that much. Um, so happy birthday to you. Um, and may you spend it well. Um, I mean, I already said this to him, so it's not like I'm just saying this because it's on a YouTube video. I was just speaking to him. So, also let me get you know, let me, it's beanie season now because it was just like 40 degrees outside and it was raining, so had to throw on the beanie. No more bucket hats and no more, just caps. Got to throw on the beanies now. Kent State, that's where my older sister went. You know, uh, but on to the actual video. So, why am I laughing? I'm not even doing anything. All right. So, I guess this is actually part 4 of the whole me and the girl arc. Um, I don't remember the fake name I gave her. Um, Sarah, I think. Was it Sarah? Was it Sarah? I think it was Sarah because the other girl back in the middle school video was Katie. So I think this was Sarah. Yeah. So but this actually doesn't have anything to do with me this time. And it's crazy how like I actually like I'm watching all these videos back and stuff, and it's like the first semester of college, like it really had an arc, and like if this was like a TV show, like there was really an arc in this TV show type thing, right? Um, it's very interesting to me. So this is part 4 of the whole relationship arc of my life, apparently. Um, I don't want to say my life because my life is only, it's only been so long. Um, I'll just say of my college life thus far, which is August, September, October, the beginning of November. So about 3 months and some change. Um, yeah. So as you know, within the past videos that I made on this girl, um, I made videos um, explaining that me and her were in a relationship for about a month and some change, like a month and 2 3 weeks, almost 2 months, right? She was super cool. She was a very cool girl. She was very pretty. She was very smart. She knew what she wanted in life. She wanted to be a teacher. Um, she was from Haiti. The accent was cool. I was messing with it. Um, and it was really cool. Like she definitely knew what she wanted to be. She was in my summer school program too, and in that summer school program, she was like the one that would, cause it was on Zoom, so she was like the only person that would like answer the questions because everybody else didn't really care about it. I'll be honest with you. I was only doing the course for the credits. I had no means in taking an early educational course. I was not planning on teaching 5-year olds ever. But I was just doing it for the credits. Meanwhile, she was actually doing it because it would help her major, right? So she would, answer the questions. She would. What I'm trying to say is she was ahead of the game, and so I decided to contact her, and we ended up being in a relationship for a couple months, right? Little did I know, uh, about like the latter half of our relationship, she ended up talking to my friend, um, and so I didn't know it, but given that she's very smart, she was very ahead of the curve. Uh, I'm assuming that's just what she wanted in the beginning. So we split up. I mean, I didn't intend on us to split up, but I kind of found out what she was doing, and so we split up. Um, and so she started messing around with my friend, and so and again, like what I'm going to say is not in any ways trying. I'm not trying to uh make her seem like a bad person. It's just the actual experiences, right? Um, like it may seem like that's just what like that's not really my intentions, because again, I'm saying she was very she no not was she still is very smart. She still is very ahead of the curve. Um, she still is very like she knows she has an agenda to push forward in a good way. Like she's trying to become a teacher and such. Um, so anyway, on to the story. So she was in a relationship with my friend for about, because we ended what, September, like mid-September. So she was in a relationship with him from mid-September to uh mid-September to, well, I guess it kind of it broke off late October. So what is that? September, October. So it's like a good, almost 2 whole months, right? So me and her were in a relationship for almost 2 months, and then her and my friend were in a relationship for almost 2 months, right? So uh they split up um just last week, and my friend decided to tell me about it. Because I told him that I was into her, and then he told me that they were actually seeing each other. So that's how I found out. She was seeing her, she was seeing him. You know, so, and we're still friends after that. Me and him are still friends. But like I mentioned in the part 3 video, she still thinks I feel a way about it. So now we don't really see each other that much, and I mean that's unfortunate, because I wish I could tell her I don't really care that much. Like, but apparently that's just that won't that won't lead her to believe that I really just don't care. Like I'm genuinely over it. You know, um, and unfortunately, her and him decided to split up. So now he's feeling a way about it. He's going through it. Like kind of how I did. Like in the part 2 video that I made, I think I was like about to cry, right? Um, because I was going through it. But then I think I made a video like the day afterwards where I was like, okay, well, things are just the way things are, right? And that's when I kind of got over it. So what I'm trying to explain here is that me and him were, I swear, there's always a gnat flying around, or it's like dust flying around in my room. It's dust from above. I don't, hold on. So, oh God, you know what? No, I'm not about to screw this whole video up just to show all the dust that's above the counter thing where I'm sitting. But there's just dust all around. I gotta clean it. Um, Man, this video is extremely scuffed. um, so, and this is kind of a serious video, I guess, but not really for me. It's more for him. Um, I don't want to explain everything they went through, but I will say that from what he told me from the jump, when they were together and they were having fun, everything that they did, me and her did, like it wasn't genuine, right? Um, I'm just talking about, like, wherever, they, went, whatever they were talking about, whatever they like, um I'm just trying to say, like, what, like, the relationship that they had wasn't necessarily as genuine. But even from my standpoint, because I guess I was the first person she saw on campus, it wasn't even genuine when it was me and her, after, in hindsight, looking after it, right? So he started to talk to me a couple days ago about, them splitting up. And, you know, it was a lot rougher. From what he told me, it sounded a lot rougher than when me and her split up. Because me and her split up because I found out that she was, like, not necessarily cheating on me, but she kind of, was seeing another man, I guess, right? Um, but they separated it, and it sounds awful, right? And I feel bad for him, I do. And like I said, I, I really don't care about, me and her splitting up anymore because I'm over it. And I'm actually kind of proud of myself because um, they split up. And the first thing that came to my mind was, well, how can I help them get back together? I think I'm really proud of that because if anything, it kind of strengthens the point of me, really getting over it, like I mean, life is the way that life is, and the girl from my middle school, I'm still like thinking about her from time to time. It's not much, but it's still like she was the first girl, right? Meanwhile, Sarah is just another girl on campus. I don't want to say that because that makes it sound like she was just you know one random girl. She wasn't. She still does mean a lot to me, and I wish we could still be friends, but apparently that's just not how life is gonna work. Um, but now here's where things get a little tricky because, like I said, the relationship that me and her had wasn't genuine after like thinking about it in hindsight, and from the jump, the relationship that him and her had uh wasn't genuine because she did all those things with me, uh so it was like she kind of had an agenda, not the agenda of being a teacher, but more an agenda of what uh like what kind of relationship she wants, I guess, right? And that's not a bad thing, right? I mean, obviously you want the best relationship you can find, right? But I believe the way that she went about things wasn't necessarily the greatest because it was almost like me and him, probably more him the more I think about it, but me and him were kind of like the test, what are they called, the test like hamsters or whatever. We were like the test runs, right? um for her to find, the perfect guy. um I'm not going to say there's nothing wrong with that because I do believe there's something wrong with that. I don't think it's all wrong because, again, like I said, you do want to find the perfect person, the perfect counterpart, but she always put out this vibe that, she was a good girl, she was a very uh not dainty's not the word, but she was very like, and not perfect either, but she was just a very good girl, she had no bad intentions. But after everything he explained and everything I kind of experienced myself, it's almost like she was she never had a good intention for either of the relationships, um and this is why I kind of think it's an arc. Like like this is like genuinely like this is like a soap opera, family. Like this is ridiculous. So the arc begins with me and her in a relationship, in a good relationship, and then it ends, or then it continues with me and her splitting up. Because I found out that she's not this perfect girl, and then the third part, the part three, was me getting over it, and trying to maintain like a friendship, but that didn't work out. Well, the friendship with her, because the friendship with me and my guy, we're like this, and part four is now her and him splitting up, and now he recognizes that she's not this perfect girl, or she's not the girl that she led herself to be, you know um and it's crazy. It's really crazy because it's like we him specifically, um we put our trust in this one girl. We put all our trust into this one girl, thinking that she would be not the one, but she'd be a girl that is trustworthy enough to be in a relationship with. And little did we know, she had a agenda from the jump where she would test the waters to see if we're okay for her, you know. And obviously it made me feel bad because I made that whole video, the whole part two, because of her. It made me feel bad, but I got over it. Meanwhile, it made him feel bad, and now he's still going through it because it's been like a week from now. And I feel bad, but I feel bad, and it's not a but. It's more so I feel bad, and this I'm kind of glad that, I was like the first one, because had I maintained like a relationship with this girl and had we split up, 3 months in, because I was the first one and it only lasted a month and a half, had I still been with her and we split up the week that they split up, which was last week, I would have been like dying, like not dying, but like I would have been like awful, on the inside. You know, it's not like I understand that this could be like misconstrued into me, being like, I'm just glad we split up because, you know, um, like I'm trying to say, uh, obviously people could paint the picture, people being, anyone who watches this. And, I truly do believe, things obviously would have been different had we stayed together. But I'm like I'm low key glad we didn't stay together because here I am now, and I genuinely think I'm living my best life. And I'm like, the thing is, hold on, let me shift the computer because I feel like I'm on the left side of the screen. I need to be in the center. So the thing is, it's like my life has always been like, I've always been like feeling down about myself when I was always like thinking about, a woman, I'm saying woman because every time, I've been trying to court a girl, they've always been older than me. So I can't say girl if you're like older than me. It just feels weird. Um, every girl, has been older than me by like a year or two, right? And Sarah, uh, was like 3 years older than me at the time, right? Um, what I'm trying to say is that every time I've been like in the process of courting a girl, my life has always been like on the down tip, right? But here I am now, and I'm actually just not thinking about, like, all I'm thinking about is like me trying to maintain my degree. I'm looking at double majoring. I'm looking at like my life, like I have a paid internship this summer, this upcoming summer. Like I'm just looking at like all the blessings that's come this thus far, you know. Yeah, it's like I feel like it's not a coincidence because I'm not focused on a girl right now. Like I feel like this is just happening because because I'm not like I'm saying this isn't a coincidence. Like I think this was genuinely meant to happen. I mean, I do feel bad for my friend, I do. Um and I've been with him, these last couple of days trying to like help him get over it, but you know, um it takes I guess it does take time, right? It took me maybe a couple days, but I mean, it might take him longer cuz humans are all different, I don't know what to say to that, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, and I guess as bad as it sounds, like this girl was not, she didn't have good intentions, apparently from what I experienced and from what he experienced. This girl did not have good intentions, you know. I'm saying this with a smile, but again, I feel bad for him. Um, this girl did not have good intentions, and I think I can say that she wronged us. She did. She wronged him especially, like I felt like to a point I kind of knew where things were gonna head after I told her, I was 16. But him definitely, I think he got wrong, and I feel very bad for him. I don't wish anything bad on the girl, but it's like, had she handled things a little better, things would have been much different. Um, I mean, again, I'm wishing that we can remain friends, but I don't think that's the case no more. And the way that she's going about things, even now, it doesn't make her look good. It truly doesn't. Um, I still do wish her the best, but I mean, she did my guy dirty. Like I it's like, come on now. Especially knowing what he went through, because obviously, being in a relationship, you're gonna like y'all are gonna talk about things in a more trustworthy manner. Like he's probably like he's told me what he's been through in life. And I'm assuming he did the same with her. They talked about what they went through in life, and it's like knowing what he's told you, and you still decide to do what you did. It's like that just doesn't make you seem like a good person. I'll be honest. Um, Again, this is just coming from a mind of a 17-year-old. You know, knowing what I know now in hindsight, I'm glad that she split up from me, because that's really what it was. I didn't plan on splitting up with her, but I'm glad she split up from me, because I don't want any part of that. I'm just hoping that we remain friends now. Nothing more, nothing less. Um, I definitely hope my friend gets better. He feels mentally better after all this. I'm still gonna kick it with him as long as possible. To make sure that he's fine. 'Cause that's all that's necessary. Um, but you gotta really watch out who you give your trust to. Seriously, because that's bad. That's really bad, bro. Like I hate to be the one to say it, but like that's snake vibes. That's genuine snake vibes. Like, you can't put on this facade and then end up, you know, doing what you did. And it's nothing terrible. I don't want to say all this. It's like as if she straight up, like, I don't know, uh like, I don't know what would be something, like, I don't want to put on like a I don't want to play it out as if she did something awful, but it's like, just from my man's perspective, it just seems terrible. So, it seems like she put on a character that she truly wasn't. And, you know, I feel like she's kind of playing it childish. I'll be completely honest with you. But who am I to judge? Who am I to say what's right and what's wrong? There's always three parts to every story, and he's just giving me his perspective. I don't know if I'll ever find out about her perspective, but I guess it's the truth perspective. It's the third side to the story that actually matters, right? Um, but yeah, I guess that's part four of the arc between me, my friend, and the girl. So again, I hope my man gets better, and I guess I hope he learns his lesson, you know. Although it wasn't his fault, I just hope he learns. Sometimes you just gotta respect yourself and then respect others. Um, because it seemed like he kind of made it to where she was his center of attention, and it seems that's kind of how it was when it was me and her, you know. And then ever since, now I'm the center of my own attention, and now I gotta, like my father said, respect yourself, then respect others. That's definitely how things are gonna be. Now it's like I gotta make sure I'm okay, then focus on others. I hope he does the same. But this is from a mind of a 17-year-old, so what more do I know? This man is 18, so he could be wiser, right? Um, I guess that's all I gotta say for it. But this is probably the only serious video that I got for today. I'm gonna make like another video because I was thinking of something really funny in the shower. But uh, yeah, seriously. Peace and love to both of them. And yeah, that's all I got. So I'm gonna catch y'all in like the next 2 minutes, cause I'm about to make another video. So peace.